this guy. He's the only ogre in this level that will give you an item. The item is called the Stone Ring, and what it does is, every time you hit an enemy, it decreases their poise a lot more than if you didn't have the ring on. So basically, you'll break their poise more than when you smash them. And I think that's really good for weapons that attack quickly, although I'm not sure. So now he's gone.
What's this?
Further on,
no.
pine resin. And then we're going to continue with the actual tutorial, which I won't show much of because it's not that interesting.
You must go on a journey without rest. Well, I suppose if you find yourself at an almshouse. But if your will is yet unbroken, then you may return here. To start again.
I'm not even sleepy, I'm hungry.
So, the journey begins. Light this bonfire, and over to the right is a wagon. Behind the wagon is a torch, and I think I should mention how the torch mechanic works in this game. Every torch contributes 5 minutes of lit time towards your counter. You can light the torch at the bonfire by toggling with triangle or whatever button that is on Xbox, and you can light the torch. Right now, I'm like, you know, there's so many torches in this tutorial, I'm going to light every single one of them. I'm going to see if something happens. And one of our characters is currently doing that. Our other character is going to check out this coffin. So we'll go back to the character who's lighting the torches. But for now, let's see what this coffin is. It's surrounded by these ogres. Surely if you get in, something happens, right? I just want you guys, if you haven't played this game yet, if you haven't got in the coffin, try and tell me what you notice changes. Something changes, but I'm not going to tell you. First time I found this coffin, it was like, in previous versions of the game, it actually floated away, and you're just like, okay, am I going to another area? But then no, you're appearing in the same area, and as soon as you get out, you're attacked by these two guys immediately. You don't get a chance to think, and I think that was intentional. They know you couldn't kill them, so they wanted you to run to it and get in and try to figure out what's changed. It took me like, I got halfway through my game before I realized what changed, and I want to know if you guys figured it out. Go through the tutorial and you find a nest. I think you know what's coming. Drop the smooth, silky stone we found earlier in the level, or drop the petrified something that you started with. You'll get a reward. So Snuggly the Crow is back, and it looks like she has a friend. Anyway, back to our cleric who is currently lighting torches. You get to the end and nothing happens. Don't light the torches. It's a waste of time. So let's finish this tutorial with our main character. Honestly, I didn't need to light a torch for this little cave section, but, you know, darkness on YouTube isn't a great thing, and any excuse to use a torch, I just jump at in this game. I love the way the shadows look and the way the lighting looks. It's just incredible, especially at the start of the game, actually. So, come out into Majula. Your eyes take a second to adjust to the harsh light, and this is the hub area that you're going to be traveling back to. There are a bunch of important NPCs in Majula, and coming back after a boss to spend your souls and rest is a huge thing.
Who are you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. But now somebody's gone and locked the door.
And that's Lenegrast, the blacksmith who can't fit through the giant open window. We're going to find the key for his house a little bit later in the walkthrough, but for now, we're going to talk to the woman who is probably the most important character in Majula.
Kick some ass on this PS4 finally for a day. Until I can download everything. And play on the 120 FPS. Shit, y'all teaming hard as shit. Yeah, can't wait till I get my PS5. I'm about to really be pulling some moves. pulling moves now. But let me pull some good moves.
Return here to me, so that hope will not fade away.
So that hope will not fade away. God, I love that dialogue. I especially love the bit where she talks about finding the king. I really like when games set up the fact that you're going to be this incredible character later on. You start off small, but later in the game you know you're going to take out someone who is a huge problem or someone who is hugely powerful compared to you. So now we're going to adventure through the forest of the fallen giants, and that name in this area is interesting from a lore perspective. Long ago there was a battle, a war with the giants, and whenever a giant fell in battle, a tree would grow from its point of death. And that's essentially what this entire forest is made of, so you can get some sort of idea of the scale of the battle that must have taken place. And when I played through this for the first time, and even now, I thought, God damn, that's great game design. You come up from the ladder and you see this vista, and immediately there's so much to take in. There's 4 enemies wandering around that you're going to have to take out. There's this archer up the top shooting at you, and there's this little crestfallen knight sitting at the tree. You don't know, is he hostile? Is he going to attack me? Soon enough you figure out, no, he's not going to attack you. In previous versions of the game though, he used to be very aggressive. In previous versions of the game, you actually had to skirt around the outside of the arena in case you got too close to him, because if you got too close, he would attack you. But in this version of the game, we're going to run up this side passage, and we're going to take out the archer, and then we're going to fight the Hired Knight. And the Hired Knight drops a really, really good straight sword. It's imbued with lightning, does a good amount of damage, has an alright moveset. Personally, I like a longsword that we're going to find.
Ooh, shit, I got fucked up.
A little bit better. So
I flashed too hard.
But, you know, if you feel like fighting him, go for it. He's definitely not an easy fight, and we'll go through the fight a little bit in detail in about a minute. But right now, let's take out this archer. Just take him out. I'm good at this game, I promise. See, I almost fell off, but I didn't. I'm so good. So this character isn't going to kill the Hired Knight, we're going to actually get a fire longsword later in the level. So this character's going to make this jump, get this item, and I'll show you how to kill the Hired Knight. My hot tips for this guy revolve around one thing: learn his moveset. As soon as he finishes his moves, attack him once and you'll just have enough time to roll away before his next one connects with you. He does have a few moves that will surprise you, but those are surprises, and this is Dark Souls, and I'm not going to spoil them for you. What is this, a walkthrough? So let's grab his sword and continue with the walkthrough. So we continue along up these stairs and we take out a group of enemies, and a common trend I've found in Dark Souls 2 is to take out melee enemies while having a ranged enemy attacking you in some way, and make sure you be careful of those firebombs, they do a fair bit of damage. So after this we're going to climb this ladder, we're going to go inside, and we're going to light a bonfire, finally. One thing to mention about lighting bonfires this time around is that the act of lighting a bonfire triggers it as a checkpoint, which means you no longer have to rest there and respawn enemies to trigger it as a checkpoint. This is Melentia. She sells a bunch of great consumable items: 5 human effigies, 10 radiant life gems, throwing knives, which are wonderful this time around, and most importantly, the blacksmith's key, which you're going to need. But once we've got the blacksmith unlocked, we need something to upgrade. So we're going to get what is probably my favorite starting weapon, the fire longsword, and it's in an interesting location. So once you've dropped down that ledge, it's a matter of doing some minor platforming to make it down to the bottom, while taking out these hollow soldiers on the way. Interesting thing about these hollow soldiers, they were once part of the war against the giants, but they've all hollowed now. You can just see that they're destined to wander around here aimlessly until they see someone's souls to take. So this is a cave that turns away a lot of new players. At this point you might have been playing for a while, or you don't exactly feel like dying, and when you see this cave full of fire, you're like, will that burn me when I go in? And then you go in a bit further and there's this thing shooting fireballs at you, and you're like, I'm not going in there. But it rewards the courageous player. It rewards the person who's looking to take risks. Grab this tentatively and run back, and you might be able to spy this door to the left. Open it quickly, in between bursts, maybe better than I did, and you might be lucky enough to roll inside. This is the fire longsword, and it's probably my favorite weapon so far. If you don't feel like using the fire longsword for whatever reason, there are a lot of options you can actually get from the blacksmith, so head back to Majula, rest, spend your souls, and then we'll head deeper into this castle. We've seen some ambushes in previous levels, but it's nothing compared to what you're going to see here. I think one good rule of thumb for this level is, if an enemy looks dead, it's not dead, and it's going to try and kill you later in the level, so make sure you get the first hit in, like I am. Eventually, we're going to make it to a fog gate, and this is where you make a choice, because this is where the path branches. Over to the right, we see this decrepit housing further down, lower by the wall. On the wall, on the ramparts, we see a bunch of enemies that are actually quite tricky to take out.
Beep 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 beep.
Out, especially as you get further on. You'll see what I mean. Up that ladder is death. Let's not go there right now. Right now, we're going to see these barrels at the far end near a wall. If you see black barrels near a wall, I think you know what to do to them. I'm going to show you what to do to them. This is what you do to them. After you've been blown up by 10 barrels of gunpowder, just walk it off, go through this hole in the wall you created, and you'll realize you created a shortcut. At this point in the game, if you climb this ladder, I hope you've spent all your souls, because you're most likely going to die. Up this ladder is one of the only bosses that comes to you, and he only comes to you once, so you get one chance to take him out here. If you don't take him out here, you can fight him later in the level in a designated area. If you fight him early, do you get something special for it? Well, let's see. This is the Pursuer. The Pursuer, who hunts down the bearer of the sign, will not rest until his target is slain. The Pursuer hunts down those branded by the curse, as if each undead soul that he claims will atone one of his sins. I love the concept of this boss, that feeling you get when you see him fly towards you on that eagle, and realizing, I'm halfway through the level and I have to fight a boss now? Then if you have the courage to fight him, you can get your ass kicked, or you can jump off the ledge and run away completely. There are two options open to you. I decided to take him on, and needless to say, I regretted it. I regretted it a lot. But my curiosity had to be satisfied, so I came back on another character. I have 30 soul arrows, and I know his moveset, so I'm going to try and take him on. The one thing about this boss that makes him easy is that he has a very limited moveset, and he tells his moves really obviously. That stab attack will curse you if you get too close, but like I said, you can see it coming a mile away. And this is the attack, right there. That's the one you hit him after. He'll raise his shield and he'll dash at you just like that. Roll out of the way, it's your only option, and then counterattack once. You might be able to get 2 hits in, but once to be safe. I only had 30 soul arrow and a dagger for this fight, and luckily, you just have enough soul arrow to take him out. Don't waste any on the way here. Use 30, and with a sorcerer, you'll be able to take him out. For killing the Pursuer, we get a ring of blades, which increases physical damage, and we get his souls. If you don't kill him here, you have the chance of killing him later. But do you get anything extra for killing him early? No, unfortunately, you don't. Back on our main character, we decide to go a different way. This is the route we traveled up earlier, and on the right you see
Oh, sure.
We're gonna make this jump, we're gonna take out some enemies here, and we're eventually going to make it to this cave. Once you get in, just keep running straight through, nothing's going to kill you. Up this hill, we'll meet Kale, who's a great example of why talking to NPCs will give you some great rewards. He's also one of those few characters who's nice to you.
Oh, great.
Even though his mind has been decayed by the curse.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just daydreaming.
They all playing long back.
My name is Kale. I'm a traveler like yourself. I'm navigating the continent to create a map. Have you seen Majula? Well, there's a rather spacious mansion. I've made it my temporary home. Inside the mansion, I found a strange map, like none I'd ever seen. I believe that it's a map of traveling. Now I'm traveling the land to prove it. Yes, that's it. That's why I came to the kingdom. Wait. No, that wasn't it. Then what? I don't seem to recall.
In the next episode, we travel to this crumbling city filled with these ancient giants. This one, the second one,
Shit, I know a shadow. I thought I had some ammo.
Bonfire to make your Estus flasks stronger. I recommend going here early. Another great item is available further on, which stops you from losing so much health once you're hollowed. This is found just before the Cathedral of Blue, the drawbridge of which can be lowered if you take out the giants. And once we go up there, we'll find an old friend waiting inside. Click the bonfire to figure out what kindling the channel will do. This is a campaign I'm going to launch soon, and it's going to bring some amazing results. I actually can't wait to read the comments about Dark Souls 2, so if you have an experience that you want to share, or something you found, or something that you just want to talk about, then please post below. Preferably keep it about what we discussed in this episode to avoid spoilers for other people, but generally I think you guys expect spoilers at this point, so yeah, let me know. I'll catch you guys next time. So there are some new mechanics in Dark Souls 2 that I feel like you guys need to know about. These are things that aren't explained in-game, and whether
Oh, great. Use your super on one part. I kind of not even upset about that. That's kind of a best scenario right there. Well, we ain't got it.
Now we are going to be jumping into the Old Iron King DLC. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited because I've never played it. I know there are bosses in here that I haven't heard about. Fume Knight, the Katana Weeb. I'm not entirely sure about the final boss. I've heard that he's difficult, but I've actually never seen gameplay of him. So we'll see how that goes. We'll do a couple hours and see how far we go. Alright, well, jump right into it. Right in there with my powerful calves. Damn, they're looking good, aren't they?
Oh shit, seriously, I got shot in the back.
Ooh. Let me get a sip of water real quick. That's true, Jordan.
Oh sure.
I mean, he's a man of culture. You know, he's got a skirt on, and he's got a monocle. Does it get any better than that? And
Oh great. And I know I was shooting
at
from
them. Try and take a kick from them. Can we go through here?
Come on, I know y'all ain't
There's
letting
three
them
paths.
win.
This is kind of weird. I won't go here yet. I want to go the other directions first.
Oh great.
Nothing special.
Team man with a super and a weapon.
Secret Assassin! Hey, thank you for the 2-month sub. What's up? He says. The sky, I think. Well, it's dark. So the dark sky. Nothing in here. Alright. What is the point of these, by the way? If I slit my throat on them, do they fill up with blood and I get special powers? That's how usually it works in the movies. Oh, right up. Cool. Yeah, and I'll try to look at the chat
It really
as
is
much as I can.
teaming hard as
But I
shit.
apologize if I do ignore it occasionally.
And my team can't grab a fucking
Because I am
drum
trying
and
to
say they
avoid
damn
spoilers and
lies.
stuff like that. That is a nice view. Oh, I've seen that chain. I've seen that chain in a couple of trolling videos. I recognize it. Damn, dude. That view is insane. I wish it wasn't out of focus.
Oh sure.
Is that an enemy? Nope, item. What is this? Okay, that actually could have scared me. Smelter wedge. Weapon? Weapon item? Destroys Ashen Idol. Destroys the Ashen Idol. The Ashen Idol is of great consequence to Nadalia. Who the hell? This place is scary, dude. Make sure I don't fall off. I don't have the greatest dexterity. Total Waifu with the $10 donation. Hey dude, first time catching your stream live. Love your content, prod. Keep up the good work. Have a gift for your trip.
what's going on, guys? Walla here. In today's action-packed video, we have a part 2 from yesterday's video. If you guys didn't watch it, I would highly suggest watching it, as it is pure content. And also because you won't really understand what's going on, but that's up to you. You could just keep watching. So in yesterday's video, I was calling out some douchebag streamer for playing with a cheater. And a lot of people were disagreeing with the fact that the guy was cheating and maybe thought he was legit and just thought, hey, 21 kills, 10 games, 100% headshot accuracy, hey, that doesn't sound too, doesn't sound too unrealistic. And yeah, I do agree somewhat to an extent. If the player was really good, it doesn't seem too suspicious. But again, this guy was a Jim Bob Joe, alright? This guy's really bad at the game. And to all those people who doubted me and said, hey, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say that guy's probably not cheating. Man, you guys were so wrong, and I'm not even surprised because, again, I'm the one who played against them, and I know when someone's cheating. I'm like 99% sure. I've barely ever been wrong, and when I have been wrong, I've always apologized afterwards as well. And yeah, this is literally the most evidence, possible. I already knew the guy was cheating before these clips came out, but this guy started his stream just to basically ruin his whole Destiny career. I know that's insane, but the evidence you're gonna watch is literally, you can't even deny it at this point. And the funny thing is, the streamer on Twitter yet is still somewhat thinks the guy is legit, but once he watches this video, because I know he's gonna watch this video, he'll understand, and obviously he'll have no choice but to agree with the fact that he is cheating, because he literally aimbotted on stream, and it was just, it was terrible. I'm gonna roll the clip, and then I'll explain what's going on. If for some reason 0.01% of you just can't see what's happening, but the majority of you will understand right after watching it.
Down far left.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know how this guy fucking pushed in there. He got my melee. Yo, once it is, he's got grenade launcher. Yo, get that guy. You got him. Oh, good shit. You got that last guy. Good shit, Jason.
Freaking.
That was a good distraction, boys. Let's go.
Yo, good shit, Jason. Oh my god, nice shot you got there, man. That was insane. I'm gonna roll it back for those of you who just, for some odd reason, didn't catch that. Matter of fact, I'll actually just roll it over and over and over, just in case, you never know. I actually had another clip, but for some reason it's not working on Sony Vegas, but either way, there should be plenty of evidence. What's happening is he literally just auto-locks onto the guy that jumps right in front of him, because he was probably trying to figure out where the guy was, and it turns out he jumped literally right in front of his vision, so therefore he had literally aimbot.
Great. What the fuck am I looking at?
And yeah, he got exposed pretty hard here.
That's my problem. I was looking at something else.
The GameStop guy, this was the guy that was playing with the streamer I was talking about in my last video. Basically, they got the guy to start his stream, and they were just talking a lot of shit about me, thought it'd be really funny, and this is karma, man. At the end, this is perfect karma. This guy actually ended up deleting all of his clips off of Twitch, and believe it or not, I actually had a friend of mine that managed to get a saved video of that, so if it weren't for Calico, shout out to Calico, he actually managed to save the video, and I was actually able to show you guys a full clip of him cheating. Because a lot of people in my last video were trying to defend him for some weird reason, as if I was wrong, thought I had an ego, a streamer calling out.
Oh, great.
The game, haha, just some cringy ass shit, dude.
Nigga really switched to fucking Telesto.
The streamer that I was calling out in my last video, he had a bunch of his dudes on Twitter, adding me like, haha, you salty streamer, haha, like he's not cheating, he's a friend, he recently switched to mouse and keyboard, and then as soon as someone told me that, I was like, okay, this guy's 100% cheating now, right?
Good
How
shit.
does someone that just switched
Get
to mouse
back.
and keyboard have 100% headshot accuracy, It just doesn't make sense whatsoever. None of it made sense, and it was all, piling up, and it was starting to make more and more sense, and then all of a sudden I wake up and I'm on Twitter and I just see a bunch of fucking clips of this guy cheating. It was at least 7 clips on Twitter that were sent to me, but they all got deleted. But the best one, the one I got to show you guys, did not get deleted because someone saved it. It actually did get deleted, but someone saved it before he managed to delete it. So now I can show you guys, and just in case, you thought I might have been wrong, might have been too harsh, I actually wasn't wrong. And the other guy still hasn't said anything. None of them have said anything. They've all deleted their tweets. They've all retweeted everything, and they all just kind of backpedaled as soon as the clip came out. And with that being said, I'm just going to keep it short. Go fuck yourself, man, because I know you're probably watching this video. Get shit on, and now everyone has seen that you're cheating.
Oh my god, from the fucking back. Seriously. I've been doing horrible. Good shit.
Alright everyone, welcome to the Carvana Focus Group. My name's Christina. I work in the research department. Now that you had a few minutes to play around with the app, does anyone have any questions?
Yes, hi, Dave Samuels here. You're telling me I can buy a car entirely online?
You got it.
And then you'll deliver it to me? Or I can pick it up at a car vending machine?
That's correct.
And if I don't like it, I can simply return it for another one?
That's exactly right.
I don't get it.
That's alright, that's what this focus group is for. Any other questions before we begin?
Oh, hi, Becky Davidson.
Just so you're aware, you don't need to all keep saying your names, so you have name tags on.
Hi, Becky Davidson. I was wondering, what if I have a small budget?
No problem. Carvana lets you customize your down payment and monthly payment on your dream car.
What if I have too much money?
Same answer.
I got money up the wazoo.
Hey, it's me, Steve Rutherford. Bonsoir. Are these cars high quality?
Carvana cars are extremely high quality. All our cars go through a rigorous 150-point inspection and reconditioning process.
So let's say I buy a car.
Oh
Can I
shit.
launch my dirt bike over it?
Sure.
Oh great.
Can you do that?
I don't have to answer that.
Alright, sure.
Samuels? Yes. So wait, how long will it take for me to buy this car?
Feel free to take as much time as you'd like, but you could realistically complete the purchase process in as little as 10 to 15 minutes.
I don't get it.
What happens if I go to Carvana, find a car that I like, purchase it, receive said car, love it, and then have that car?
You keep living your life with the car you love.
I truly don't understand. Am I the only one?
Oh, I think I get it now. I got this. So it's just like how you used to buy a car. You go to a dealership, do that whole headache, haggle with the guys on the floor, and then...
Sorry to interrupt, but it's actually...
That shit was still there?
It's super simple and done
Come
entirely
on.
online. And you don't need to haggle, because we offer our best price up front.
So basically what I said.
Our transparent pricing is free from any bogus fees, hidden fees, upcharges, or other add-ons. The price you see is the price you pay.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. Kevin, the sound guy. Can I sell my car on Carvana too?
Yes, you can trade it in for another car or get some quick cash.
Sweet. Hey, what are you doing? Sorry.
Christina!
Mom, what are you doing here?
Well, I have questions just like everyone else. Can I shop by fuel efficiency?
Yes, you can filter cars by fuel type, gas, electric, hybrid, and miles per gallon.
Great! So, why should we all trust you?
Well, I'm your daughter, but also, you don't have to take our word for it. Check out our nearly 50,000 customer reviews, averaging 4.7 out of 5 stars.
Hey there, Angry Santa. Can I buy a sleigh on Carvana?
Unfortunately, it's just cars.
Well, gosh darn it! Dadgummit!
How many cars do you guys even have?
We have over 30,000 cars to choose from.
Is this table real wood?
Yep,
My name is Steve, yeah?
I think so.
What's Carvana?
Well, Carvana...
Are you coming home for dinner?
Yes, Mom.
How do you ride a dirt bike?
I don't know.
Hi, Dave Samuels here. So I think I get it now.
Happy to hear it.
I can buy a car I love entirely online and feel great doing it.
That's exactly right.
I do have one more question.
Go for it.
I like cars.
That's not a question.
Got it.
So if that's all the questions anyone has, let's get the focus group started. Never mind, we're out of time. Car buying 100% online. It's real. Really. At Carvana.
French fry, ice chop, pad thai, baked pie, pork chop.
Shit, I'll be right back.
Today is the day. Do you stay at home and shit?
Alrighty, now start the next one. Let's go here.
Starts today, so for the next month there's going to be 9 free games available to claim for free to download and to keep forever, and then at the end of the month there's going to be an extra bonus game which is Horizon Zero Dawn, which is then going to be available a little bit longer. But however, today's video we're going to be talking about the PSVR stuff, going into a little bit of detail about stuff, simply because I swapped my PSVR for a Quest.
Intel inside the Westview anomaly.
What are we looking at here?
It's a sitcom.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Let's go. Like, we playing at 120 FPS later on a day.
Geez, movie Hogwarts much? This could easily be the opening of movie number 23, titled Albus Severus Potter and the Search for the Glam Band Magical Party Van, Part 4 3/4. Also, opening a movie in the clouds gives the bird to nephophobics everywhere, and I, for one, won't stand for it. Also, I don't care if you do have an owl flying through the clouds during this opening. 42 seconds of logos is still 42 seconds of f***ing logos. Littering. Mouse murder. No wonder Disney passed on this franchise. I can already tell this is going to be a mashup of Watership Down, Rio 2, Ferngully, The Last Rainforest, The Fantastic Mr. Fox, The Jungle Book, Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey, Bambi, The Lion King from 2019, and How to Train Your Dragon. And I really want to see only 2 to 3 of those movies, damn it. This is a very delicate-looking wind chime. How would an owl make something so intricate? And don't tell me a tiny mouse made it for them. No mouse is friendly with these murderous f***ers.
And I've assembled my own army, the Guardians of Gahul!
Okay, Jim, we really need you to say the entire title, considering it's
you lagging.
Really say the whole thing if the main character doesn't say it. Let's go again.
The Guardians of
Probably take this down.
you did it again. Make sure you get the full title in there. Okay, let's try one more time.
The Guardians of Gahul!
God damn it, Jim, say the f***ing title. Holy sh**, there's a f***ing snake in the owl nest. Hide the children. What? She's their blind nursemaid? My God, what is this monstrosity of a movie?
Blood, just because you can't see something doesn't mean it isn't real.
Scientology. Also, what in the actual are these names? Clud? Gahul?
Sure.
Was the writer inspired by noises made while
I ain't
trying
gonna lie, I
to
was gonna sit there and
eating 3 cups of
keep
famously
on.
dank intestinal blocking cheese?
The Guardians were outnumbered. Things look dark.
Is this another Zack Snyder feature that's directly riding the coattails of 300?
Oh, great. You shot me with the shotgun from that far. What a headshot.
Return of the King had like 13 endings. Well, this movie seems like it's had 13 or more beginnings. And we're not even 5 minutes in.
You know, Clyde, it helps when I picture where I'm gonna land.
Unsolicited advice.
You had a head start. No, I didn't. Yeah, you did.
Siblings. This Bruce Almighty moon is so bright that I don't know how they're going to catch anything on this nightly hunt. The prey will see them coming from a mile away. I mean, that thing is a goddamn high-beam, long-range lumen spotlight on stimulants. I was just thinking that the only thing missing from this opening sequence was an extended shot of an owl vomiting. Also, if every owl yarps up pellets, then Soren's response to Egg's yak hack a moment ago was an inflated reaction for the sake of the viewer, and that's just manipulative, emotional misdirection. Soren survives this, and so does Claude, after landing with a mighty thud.
You can't do this! Keep your mouth shut!
Not to quibble. Wait, I'm supposed to quibble. But shouldn't it be
great.
Keep your beak shut in owl parlance? Holy sh**, how long have they been flying? Tweedledee and Tweedleclud started their surreptitious flight practice right after Mummy and Daddy went on the hunt, so it was the beginning of the evening, and the owl napper showed up shortly thereafter. So movie's saying they flew all night while carrying these f***ers in their talons. That's as inconceivable as a European swallow lugging a coconut.
Who are these owls? Do you have any idea where they're taking us?
Nope, but I bet it'll be another unpronounceable village full of mystery and a curious mix of Australia, New Zealand, and British accents. God damn, this is a lot of flying. I started to think they're showing this entire journey from wherever the f*** to who the cares in real time.
Gilfy, stay with me.
Just because Soren met Gilfy for 5
Oh,
seconds
sure.
over here, he's got an instant protection boner. Some people look at this moment and think, ooh, that's a pretty white birdie owl. And I'm over here wondering what f***ing owl takes out the paint kit and keeps the tips of these bones looking hella red.
I am Naira, Abla General of St. Aegilius.
Seriously, why do fantasy stories feel the need to name every goddamn thing? I'm Naira. This is Phil Bithus, and that's Vlad McTrash. And I'm sitting on the Blozak Rock beneath the banner of Sludine. Today is Messel Day on the month of Arbadarb. My favorite f***ing drink is who the f*** cares? Owls don't have eyes like this. They also don't talk, paint, or create anything in a forge. So, movie turns into Avian Spartacus, and if we eventually get a scene of all these orphan owls holes standing up and shouting, I'm Soren! I'm Soren! I'm officially out of here.
Exactly as he says, or you'll never see the light of dawn.
Considering most owls are nocturnal and don't enjoy the light of dawn, I'm not sure how this is a threat at all.
I think they're trying to moon blink us.
Moon blink us?
According to this movie, moon blinking occurs when an owl is tired and sleeps under the moon. And so this phenomenon would not only be commonly known, but would also absolutely lead to fear of the moon itself. And sure, maybe the source material for this film explains things differently, but this movie asks us to swallow a moon-sized pill of plot convenience, and I'm hacking that back up like an owl pellet. Wait, did that owl just growl? Also, for the most part, this movie showcases the fact that owls are dicks. I always knew they were aloof and loud and ate your Tootsie Roll Pops, but I didn't realize they were real bastards.
Welcome to the Pellatorium.
Oh man, I hated it when my spouse got me a Pellatorium for Christmas, especially when she made me film my progress every day.
Ugh, other owls, Pellet.
That's right, they made the business of searching through piles of owl puke an integral plot point in this movie. And this movie can suck my pellets for making me watch it. So now we watch Soren take this mystery medal to the gizzard zapper, and just as quickly as you can wonder, what is that weapon thing and how does it work, the writer said, skip, and never explained a damn thing. Also, as I watch this owl take a metal fleck from a piece of vomit to a floating orb of similar metal flecks, the only thing I can think of is how aggressively boring this shit is. What was the impetus for even making this movie? Not every beloved children's book series needs to be adapted, you know. That is an overhead image of a tongue and a vulva, and you can't tell me otherwise. I'm not complaining, but this is a kid's movie.
Once we have amassed enough flex, we will set a trap. Then it is up to you.
Expositing a plan to your co-conspirator who is already in on that plan. Slow motion birding.
I'm gonna teach you to fly.
Kids, if an old man takes you back to his house, tells you not to ask questions, then tells you this, kick him in the crotch as hard as you can and f***ing run. Hang on, those oil lamps back there? How the f*** did Grimble light those? And when did he light them, since they just walked into his habitat? And why does an owl need f***ing oil lamps? Rock blocking. Hey, it's just like Quidditch. Only in this game, the snitches actually get stitches.
Well done. You've shown exceptional obedience and discipline.
Wouldn't it have been easier to say, you're the best asshole?
But I still have the hope of freeing my family.
Really?
Yo, the Owl Queen or whatever was right behind Grimble, completely in the line of sight for Gilfy and Soren. But they didn't think to give him a heads up.
This is your chance to go home.
What's up Clud's ass in this movie? Sure, he was a pissy teenager, but it's not like he was treated poorly at home. He's been kidnapped, and then Naira's been f***ing with him the whole time they've been here. How's he rejecting his actual home out of hand? Especially with a golden ticket out of here. And this is why you don't keep open flames littered about your apartment. Yep, nothing says old-fashioned family entertainment like a kindly old bird getting brutally murdered nearly 30 minutes into your movie. I know, kids like me that grew up in the 80s watched all kinds of kids' movies where characters died, but I thought this generation was too soft for that shit. How is this even a chase right now? They're barely old enough to glide, and the Queen and her minions are experts at flying. This is like Finn being pulled up against Kylo Ren for a while.
That generation too soft for that
damn
shit.
it, until this movie stops giving me rando slow-mo glamour shots of flying f***ing owls, I'm gonna sign it 25 extra sins.
What are we gonna do now, Soren?
Didn't Gilfy listen to Grimmlenuts when he told them to fly on to the Hoobastank to summon the Mothra of Guildenstern after crossing the Ballyhoo Forest or whatever? Honestly, I could be a little off on some of those pronunciations. Hey, why are there so many goddamn owls around in this universe? Like, I've seen maybe 3 owls in my entire life. Is this Planet of the Owls?
Twilight, we've got company.
Ooh, I hope it's a creepy animatronic baby. That franchise has got to stay on brand.
Dinner is served, and she will not stop talking.
Which is your fault, really. Could have killed it before bringing it here and saved us all the trouble of hearing how this blind snake managed to find Soren despite being in a very isolated place.
Mrs. P, it's me, Soren.
Wait. How the hell did Mrs. P find them after they went all this way from the nest? Remember the whole journey out here? No? Well, let me jog your memory. With poetry. When Soren and Claude fell out of the tree, they were kidnapped by Jut and Jat, and then flew all night to the Spurious Plight and escaped when their guide went crystal. When Gilfy and Soren took note of their soaring, they flew far away from the guild. To the ocean they'll go with some new friends in tow, where I hope they'll be gruesomely murdered. Also, if a motherfucking snake can make it all the way out here to track Soren down, why couldn't his parents? They've got the power of flight, for Christ's sake.
We are off to the Sea of Hooligans. Hooligans!
Well, after you rest and sleep and eat, right? You're just skipping over that part of the story that was important a moment ago. Okay, onward.
Hey, you know, Mrs. P, you might be the first snake ever to fly. You know, I think I am.
Well, technically, this is your second flight. Your first one was when you were brought in to be devoured, but we aren't thinking about that anymore because everyone is friendly now. They've already kidnapped Clud's sister. How and when did they do that? And why were their parents missing again to allow that to happen? It's not like they need to hunt every night. There's no one in the f***ing nest anymore.
The last of the Flecks are on their way.
And that's all we need to know about the Flecks, I suppose. How does she know that all the Flecks have been found in pellets? Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds of Ga'Hoole. This chase sequence of more flying, fighting, swooping, and swirling is genuinely what almost saves this movie. Several minutes have passed since the last time we saw a flight whirling, and it was just awful. I find it hard to believe that this murder of crows would be content to just grab the one snake the owls are carrying, then would leave the Parliament alone. Like, they would at least grab Gilfie, right? She's tiny and probably pretty tasty.
Here we are.
Man, it sure does seem like these assholes accidentally themselves into the correct position wherever they go, doesn't it?
Sea of Hooligans.
Yes, the sea, just beyond the arch of how the f*** was this arch made by owls?
And it was foretold you would need some help getting here.
Prophecies. I'm no aviation expert, but if there's inclement weather directly in their path, can't they fly above it? They were on top of the clouds just recently on the way over here, so you'd think they remember how to do it.
No.
Deus ex gardenia. Sweet.
Oh, sure, that was a shot to the
Now they
fucking head.
They can rally the troops to, what the f*** was their plan again? This movie is all journey and no destination. Jesus, look at that massive bonfire sitting at the base of this especially important-looking tree. Why the f*** are these owls so obsessed with lighting pyres? Why do they put fires in trees?
It could be a weapon. It could be a new shield or armor.
We now take you to the sudden council meeting already in progress. Seriously, this story pounds ahead so haphazardly that I feel like I've been narratively penetrated without lubricant.
Y'all didn't want to rush at all?
Glocks.
I'll fight you right now. Warren, you can judge the
That's
I hear this is
fucking
exactly how sessions of
spectacular.
the English Parliament are conducted.
Soren, we did it.
Sure, mission accomplished. Might as well kick back and have a few Fosters and throw some shrimp on the Barbie. Nothing left to do here, right? The Aussie version of premature celebration is even more annoying than the American ones.
Now y'all want to rush?
Dinner. You're already late.
They're late. Did they even know about dinner until now? And what the hell does their being late have to do with anything? Is the food gone? Is everyone gonna stare when they come in? Will they be voted off the island during the next tribal council?
There's navigation, healing, search and rescue, blacksmithing, weather interpretation, colliery.
I just spent a few minutes learning about collie-whatevering. Apparently an owl dives into wildfires to harvest coals and embers for blacksmiths. But if these owls have fires everywhere, why would they ever risk their life to light up a coal? We're being shown Digger's gluttonous ways here, but who can blame him for pigging out when this bowl magically refills itself within seconds?
You'll study tracking, navigating.
Who's signed Soren and the gang up for this curriculum? Sure, he made it all the way out to the island, but did he ever say he definitely wanted to be a guardian? I'm not gonna play the song, but I assure you that the soundtrack features a musical act named Owl City because subtlety is for suckers and Joss Whedon movies. The f*** are they doing right now? Is this a sacred ritual or just a regular Thursday night routine? And aren't they trying to keep this owl version of Themyscira hidden?
Just
you can
grab
see them
A.
from miles away. Do those masks immediately turn them into the evil Dark Troopers? Or the malfunctioning machines and iRobot? Wouldn't they be harder to fight if they don't have an easy identifier or which side they're on?
It is time to set a fire that will consume the Owl Kingdoms.
Pep rallies. Also good for Metalbeard and his nefarious plans and all, but what about the other species of birds? What about the natural predators of owls? What about humans? My point is, once they've conquered the Owl Kingdom, what does this asshole want to do with that power?
I'm going to teach you how to really fly.
Damn it, isn't Soren a little bit skeptical of these old dudes that keep telling him this?
A scupper, a swillage, baggy wrinkles.
Excitement?
He sees it.
I know Soren is courageous and kind and everything, but when did he become the one? He just learned how to fly a few days ago, man. Is he really supposed to bring balance back to the Owl Force now? Also, let me pause here to level some praise on this movie's amazing animation. While I'm tempted to remove its sin for how rad it is, it reminds me that it came at the expense of any semblance of story or stakes. So, unfortunately, you know how the counter crumbles.
My days as lies are well behind me.
Older character that was formerly a badass announces he can't do it anymore, only to totally do badass shit later in the movie cliche. What the is that? And don't tell me that this is an owl skeleton. This is an owl skeleton. That is a horror-filled monstrosity designed by an animator from the pits of hell.
It looks like he's hurt. I
think he ran into some of your pure ones.
Oh, sure. Both of y'all running with fucking shotguns against me, right?
Imagine what happened. He also probably stopped off at a Taco Bell on the way back. Oh no, looks like she saw the basilisk in the Chamber of Secrets. I hope the Guardians have some extra mandrakes lying around on the island. There they go, off to fight the evil forces that threaten their way of life. Or wait, the pure ones aren't really messing with them, right? Okay, they're going to fight off the evil forces that want to, what do they want again? Something claiming what was theirs? I gotta say, the motivations of the characters in this movie are murkier than the sky during the trip over here. It's f***ing daytime, assholes. What is this one candle supposed to be doing? Backstabbing.
Oh, Eglantine.
So, what brought her back? How'd she beat the moon blink? Any explanation? Hell, at least Ben kissed the deadlights out of Bev in It Chapter 1 when she looked like this.
This is Gahul.
Gahul!
We should check out that smoke.
I agree. You know that old children's tale from the sea? Where there's smoke, there's usually a flock of paralyzed owls wearing military-grade armor.
Let's do something terrible to your gizzard.
That's what the bartender said to me when I ordered those 7 shots of gin, but did it stop me? What an awesome hero. How brave. Such gizzard. So slow-mo. Soren's talons aren't burned off here,
like
despite holding a pot of oil that is currently on fire. I've never been an owl flying at a battle before, so maybe I'm missing something here. But at what point does lugging an instrument just become cumbersome? What? Oh wow, it's the brother versus brother fight that no one could have seen coming at the beginning of this movie. Metalbeak watches his nemesis fly closer and closer, then slam him in the face. You know, rather than not just sit there and be slammed in the face.
Once again, it's come down to just you and me.
No, there's an entire battle going on out there, and you ass-munchers should be part of it, rather than engaging in this solo pissing match.
They believe in me like no one else ever has.
Daddy issues.
Oh, come on, dude. You pushed me right in the fucking way of the fucking... Oh, stupid ass teammate.
Truly, none of them could hold a candle to this heartbreaking but satisfying death scene.
Fall back!
Yes, retreat and regroup so that you can come back
Like,
even
wow,
stronger
you
for the
pushed
sequel.
me. You see, I'm in a gunfight, and I could have won that without being pushed.
As it was in the old ages.
Ah, sudden end of movie hallucination.
The stories. They're real.
Soren, your dad is literally standing in the magical owl land. He knows it's real.
We're so proud of you.
See, we do care. Not enough that we'd actually come to the fight and help rescue our only sons from killing each other, but from afar, we hear that you did some pretty nice work. Kudos, kiddo. Yo, if Chewie is given another bullshit medal in this celebration, I am f***ing losing it. You are grounded, mister! Hey, it's Sin Week. That means we are releasing 2 videos here on YouTube and 3 extras for our Sin Club members. Head to patreon.com/cinemasins to watch this week's Extra Sins videos, and while you're there, click around to discover over 70 other exclusive videos and podcasts just for members. What? You want more? Fine. We also have merch discount codes and access to our Discord. More? God damn. Well, you can get 2 months free when you sign up for the annual plan, but that is it. Join the Sin Club now at patreon.com/cinemasins.
The Guardians were outnumbered. Things look dark. Then we will fight in the shade.
Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
Oh, you're a little bunny rabbit. You like your little bunny rabbit, don't you? Yes, yes. I'm cold. So very cold.
Now state your desire to seek the Holy Grail. What is your favorite color? We're gonna be talking about the penis. We'll be talking about the vagina. And we will definitely be spending a lot of time talking about masturbation.
Will not hang up the phone until their client either buys or dies!
Why, Johnny Ringo, you look like somebody just walked over your grave.
I might just wait till PS5, till I get my PS5. This shit is getting annoying. Though I'm about to have a high FPS now, so that's gonna be better. Oh, damn. Can't see shit. Shit. Oh, sure. Good shit. Oh, you lagging hard. Oh yeah, you can't kill that nigga. He teleported. GG. Oh, great. Oh my god, seriously.
Rated R.
Where is everyone? Pringles Original. Barbecue. Pizza. The barbecue pizza stack. Look, we're saved! We're going home! Hey, can anything else stack them? Endless flavors to stack. Enjoy carefully.
Oh, you lagging hard. Just the lagging. Oh, sure. I literally had a suck-ass team. Yes, whatever. I can't wait till I get my PS5 though, cuz I'm gonna hurry up, wake up. I get this hoe.
Discover Vault 94. Moving forward, we hop over a puddle to find a ruined bus. Inside the bus is a duffel bag, a couple of skeletons on the ground, and 2 locked suitcases. Just outside the vault entrance, we find signs of survivors, a stack of firewood, a cooking station, a few ruined shelters, and a couple of containers. The vault entrance is inside a cave. Above the cave entrance, we find the word welcome painted in white. Before we head inside, we find a security platform to the left. On our way there, we pass by a garden. Nothing much of interest growing in there anymore. Heading inside.
Wait, did I get a 4.0? Yeah, I got a 4.0, I think.
Greetings, Guardians. My name is Bife here. Yesterday, the final rite of proving was enacted, and the story of the season of The Chosen came to a climax. This week, we saw a cutscene, a new strike, and the conclusion of the Challenger's Proving quest. All of this not only brought Keitel's story to a momentary pause of sorts, but it added progress towards 2 sides of the upcoming stories about the Scion Conclave and the Crow's redemption arc. Today I'm going to go over what happened and explain in depth a little more about everything that went on this week. I really wanted to use this also to focus on what happens next in the story and to talk a little bit more about the progress that Bungie's made and what their next moves really should be. So, let's jump in. Last week we saw Keitel challenged to a final rite of proving by Commander Zavala at the insistence of Osiris. This was a moment at which we were taking an obvious gamble, but a gamble that would result in a peace either way. One piece, however, would not be pleasant. If we were defeated in this rite of proving, the Cabal would ally with humanity and Zavala would join Keitel's war council as a newly appointed Brachus. It would also mean that the Guardians would become a subservient force within the Cabal, part of the Empire's war machine, and we might even perhaps be forced to abandon Earth in the effort to help retake Turabaku.
Good shit.
Peace would be won on Earth, but so would destabilization, and the city would never be the same. The Guardians would never be trusted as a force of protectors who had joined the very enemies that occupied the city and took the Traveler's light. If we won, however, the Cabal would be forced to never set foot on Earth again or be marked as criminals to the Empire. Keitel would be forced into an armistice, and the Guardians of Earth would be free to continue to hold the city against the threats within and without. Saladin, needless to say, didn't approve of a plan that didn't involve the Guardians draining the Cabal dry, of everything from resources to manpower. Nevertheless, he gave the go-ahead for the plan as well.
I got jumped.
Keitel's response came soon, and we saw the rite of proving begin as we stormed the Imperial land tank Halphus Electus on Nessus. Like those other monstrosities the Guardians have invaded before, such as Ballista Ark's famous land tank, Cerberus V3, this massive tank is more of a mobile fortress than anything we humans might traditionally consider a vehicle. We worked our way through the Halphus Electus's guards and elites, and even the local regiment of Cabal soldiers, including 2 tanks stored within the land tank. All of this so that eventually we might face Keitel's chosen champion, Ignovan. Ignovan might have been a powerful champion, but ultimately even he was unable to stand against the might of 3 fully armed Guardians. A shame that Keitel should be taught the lessons that have been made so predictable at this point, so easily learned when looking around at the many other enemies we've decimated throughout the system. A simple glance at Saturn's rings, or perhaps a glance at the Perfection Complex on Earth, would have told her that some simple champion is no match against paracausal power. A small point to be made about Ignovan is that he bears a set of tusks on his armor. Now normally this is indicative of a Cabal being female, because female Cabal are the ones who have tusks. However, as Keitel's chosen champion, I believe this is merely an additional adornment found upon his armor, signifying his loyalty and his status as the chosen sword of the Empress of the Cabal. You can read more about Ignovan in the Threaded Needle lore tab, which talks about Keitel's announcement that he would be her champion and chosen in the rite of proving. I've read it before, but for the sake of those who might have missed it, here it is again. Ignovan, chosen of the Cabal, spent all day receiving honors. After Empress Keitel's announcement, every legionnaire in the land tank had come to jealously salute him for his promotion. It was the appointment of a lifetime.
Oh, sure.
Deep within the Halphus Electus, Ignovan oversaw his arena's preparation. There was the hanging of Keitel's banners, the anointment of his ammunition, and the intonement of the litany of the chosen by an Imperial Mythkeeper. He was fitted with new armor that gleamed in the light. He was briefed on the protocols of the rite and the expectations of his victory. But now, alone in the arena, doubt creeps into Ignovan's thoughts. Gaul believed that the strength of the small men was their light. He reasoned that the power of the Traveler, like any weapon...
Oh, sure. That should have hit him. Good shit.
Clearly, he was wrong. Ignovan believes differently. Their strength comes not from the light.
Oh, come on. I should have shot his ass.
The Guardians are already walking corpses, and yet they fight on. They have all died 1,000 times, while Ignovan has yet to die even once. How can he defeat an opponent whom death cannot best? Suddenly, the treacherous ravings of Ixal the Far-Reaching do not seem so absurd. If the Cabal are to triumph over the small men, they will have to succeed where Gaul failed. They will have to bring mortality to the
shit, had to reload.
Ignovan knows that these musings will not
Good shit.
But he does not fear. If the small men can face death, then so can he.
Oh, wow.
Manscaped is the only men's brand dedicated to below-the-waist grooming and hygiene.
Some of us have let our downstairs garden get a little too out of control.
With the star of the show being the Lawnmower 3.0.
This thing is incredible. I'm clean as a cucumber down there. The skin safe technology that helps reduce nicks and cuts when you're trimming that sensitive area down there.
Sure. That shit shoots that fast. Whatever. That's a lie.
Passage is even more.
I know it deals damage, but doesn't shoot that fucking fast.
Seems to indicate that there were many high-ranking Cabal that were briefed at least on the idea that perhaps assassinating the Vanguard was a better plan than fighting them in the ritual combat that the traditional Cabal prime species was used to. All of this, of course, is merely speculation. Highly unlikely that Ignovan was primed with the exact plans of the Conclave. Perhaps merely he listened to Ixal the Far-Reaching's various notes and took from them some ideas that he dismissed. Ignovan was a powerful Cabal, but power alone is not enough to defeat a paracausal force. We are beyond the trivial concerns of something as simple as overwhelming firepower.
Shit, I was gonna jump the door.
World such as swords and bows, into weapons of power rivaling the energy projection weapons of foundries such as Omolon, or perhaps even the energy rifles of a species such as the Vex, we are above the station where we need to concern ourselves with the power of a few hundred Cabal and an oversized tank. Ignovan was defeated, and Keitel was forced to honor her promise and to sign an armistice between the Guardians of the Lost City and the Cabal under her sway. But things at this armistice didn't go quite as planned. Take a look at the cutscene that plays after you have completed for the first time the strike within the Halfa Selectus.
I got better KD. Okay, this guy got some good ones. I got better KD than they team too. That's crazy. Fucking hell. Why? Why, Bungie? Why? I don't need that. I actually need weapons right now.
Let our blood be the last spilled. Let this ground be hallowed. Let honor bind us. I didn't order this. Bring me the one who pulled the trigger. They'll know who did. Are you all right? I'm alive.
Keitel's honor was clear to display here. She took the time to break the scion that would attempt to vanquish Zavala, and showed her true colors. Not a villain, an antagonist, but not a villain. The end result of this almost scuffed armistice was momentous, though. Keitel uncovered the trail of the scion traitors within the ranks of the Cabal, and is one step closer to discovering the Conclave that was directed at first by Amtek and perhaps now by some other figure, although it is unclear if Amtek is still alive. And on the other hand, Zavala discovered that his assigned bodyguard was in fact the one who saved him from the previous assassin as well. Not
wow, seriously, y'all letting them grab all zone?
Reborn from his corpse.
Again?
These two stories are where the seasonal story will look to be leading next. With the story of the Scions
oh yeah, they're teaming hard as shit right now.
And the reaction to Crow and how his story will progress next. We actually got a little context on where both paths are headed for now. First, let's talk Scions. When we returned to the helm, after our assault on the land tank, we were able to hear this intercepted...
Oh, seriously, I'm getting team-shot my teammate ain't doing shit for hiding and running.
Warriors of the Empire. Today we chose strength and honor over personal glory. But two of our soldiers chose to pursue their own victory, their own glory, before the glory of the Empire. Only one of these soldiers stands before me now. The Scion Valir faced his death with honor, but his accomplice, the Scion Kalik, chose to run, to hide.
Oh, great. These niggas are really as teaming they ass off as a fucking freelance team.
I revoke the name Kalik, for a coward has no name under the Empire. These traitors did not work alone. I will find the others, and they will meet this same fate. We are one Cabal, and we strike as one fist.
Fucking hell.
It's clear that Keitel is on the path of the Conclave. But perhaps the worst thing is that this trail might almost instantly go cold. The Conclave members are unlikely to reveal themselves until they act in favor of their interests, which thus far has meant dropping the Almighty on the city, or at least attempting to, and trying to assassinate Zavala twice, and also actually creating the final deaths of scores of Guardians to test the light suppressing device they made use of in the cutscene. Kaito might have her work cut out for her, as she tries to maintain control
It
of the
really is
Scions.
teaming their ass
The
off.
Conclave looks to be a persistent force going forward, one that will potentially
we just
steal
gotta
the loyalties
protect.
of the Scions away from the Cabal entirely. I think that the most important thing to note here is that if Bungie really wants to help cap this season's story on the Cabal front, they need to talk more about the Conclave in-game. They've shown off their actions a little in the lore, with the lore tabs of things such as the Palindrome and parts of the Captain's Logbook. And now we need to know them to be a force in-game through the storytelling that players can experience en masse. Just because I say something in a video, it's not enough. We need the millions of players who jump in and experience this story to understand that this narrative thread didn't just drop with a rogue group of Scions. The Conclave may indeed be a force going forward, and Keitel is going to probably be investigating them. We need to be sure of that going forward for this to really feel like it's got some punch. Needless to say, it's too late for them to add anything to this season currently, but I live in hope that we may be seeing not so much the last of this, but more the major climax before we get some epilogue to it, where Keitel tells us of who the threatening Cabal are, who happen to be parts of the Scion Conclave. Furthermore, we have the Crow storyline, with which we can talk to Crow and Zavala. Take a listen to what both of them have to say about what happened in the cutscene.
I've officially been commissioned as a recon agent by Commander Zavala. He wants me to track down the conspirators who tried to sabotage the ceasefire. I believe Keitel when she says she wasn't behind it, but let's not take chances. 2 assassination attempts is more than enough, I think. Zavala looks at me, and I feel like he really sees me. Who I am, not who I was. He didn't say much else, just that it might be a good idea if I laid low while he figured things out here. I know it's taboo to talk about the people we were before, but the weight that's been hanging around my neck since I woke up in this body, it finally feels a little lighter. I doubt this is the last time we'll be seeing each other, Guardian.
Aldrin Saab is dead. Ikora spoke those words when I offered her the news of Crow's unmasking. She already knew, of course, as did Osiris. And you. Without trust, we become like...
Oh, sure. Y'all couldn't get that nigga.
Consumed from within. I've sent your friend on a reconnaissance mission while I determine the best way forward. Empress Keitel will honor our agreement. This is an armistice, not an allegiance. Those who do not answer her call to leave Earth are criminals in the eyes of her empire, left to us to deal with as we see fit. Saladin will have words, I'm sure. But preserving what's left of the Cabal insulates us from further incursions by Zebo Aref. The enemy of my enemy, Guardian.
Oh, sure.
Until such
I don't know how you didn't die from that damn fire.
Bipolar depression. It's a dark, lonely place. This is art inspired by real stories of people living with bipolar depression. Emptiness. A hopeless struggle. The lows of bipolar depression can disrupt your life and be hard to manage.
Oh, sure.
Latuda could make a real difference in your symptoms. Latuda was proven to significantly reduce bipolar depression symptoms, and in clinical studies had no substantial impact on weight.
Now I'm feeling connected, empowered.
Latuda is not...
Oh, great.
Your doctor about unusual mood changes.
Did not want to connect.
The growing storyline here is honestly one where Crow needs to spend the next season truly showing that he can win the trust of many of the characters that have come to know him by his mask and not his face. If this is what Bungie carries into the next season, where another storyline will inevitably emerge, then we're in for a treat, and Bungie will be carrying forth its narrative strength from these last 2 seasons throughout most of the year. Not only does the story demand our attention, but it also has a chance to relate us back to the most important bits of story through through the entire year leading up to Witch Queen, which is going to be Crow earning his compatriots' trust and perhaps ascending to the position of Hunter Vanguard mentor. With all of that said, I wonder if we'll be hearing more about this story over what remains of the season, and it's at this point that something important must be pointed out. This is likely to be the end of the story content for the season of The Chosen. 7 weeks of narrative content delivered back to back, introducing the new seasonal activity, 3 new cutscenes, the Helm and all the conversations that went on there,